This is the Your Kick-Ass Life podcast, episode number 88. All links and resources you hear on this podcast can be found by going to yourkickasslife.com/88.
This is the Your Kick-Ass Life podcast with Andrea Owen, a no BS guide to self-help and badassery. Because ladies, let's face it, life's too short for it to not kick ass. And here's your host, the girl who serves it up straight with a side of crazy, Andrea Owen.
Hey there, ass kickers. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. So right before I hit record, I was like, obviously swigging coffee, which is what I do. And I had this weird burp thing come up, and then it reminded me one of my biggest fears is inadvertently burping on my podcast, which is sort of ridiculous because I have the feature to edit. It's not like I'm here live, but I just wanted to share that all with you. Not that anybody cares. But I do actually I don't have a story for you today. Today is a solo episode. I have no guest. I am alone. I don't have a story. I typically tell you a funny story. I don't have one, but I do actually have a question. I need your help. Help! Okay, so we are on episode 88 of the podcast, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do for the summer of 2016 coming up. I like to have everything ready, but I like to get everything ready ahead of time. You're still going to get podcast episodes. Don't worry. Here's what I want to know from you, and here's how you are going to tell me. If you are a subscriber to my newsletter, meaning you get, I don't even send out newsletters. I don't know why I just said that, but a subscriber to my email. So you get my emails, you get these podcast episodes sent to you typically every Wednesday. I would love for you to answer this question. You just hit reply and it goes straight to the Your Kick-Ass Life team, which is really only made up of me and Dana and Emily. And so my lovely assistants. So that is it. If you're not a subscriber, why not? My first question. You can still answer the question for me. You would just have to send an email to support@yourkickasslife.com, or you can subscribe at yourkickasslife.com/free, super easy, and do that. So here's what I want to know. I want to know a couple of things. I want to know first, how are you guys? How are you doing over there? How's life treating you? If you don't feel like getting into a big, long explanation like that, I know y'all are busy. Here's the nitty gritty. Do you like better when I do these solo episodes where essentially it's like a blog post that I write and I'm reading them to you? Or do you like it when I have guests? Typically the guest ones are longer, and typically when I do the solo ones, I kind of, can get a little bit ranty. I've had a couple people tell me that they like those better. They like my smackdowns. That's what they say. So it just got me thinking, I wonder what everybody else thinks. I want to know, if you had a choice, would you rather me just do the solos, or would you rather me do guests? I'm to be honest with you, I'm probably going to keep doing it the way I'm doing it. However, I might do less guests depending on what the majority of people want. I may do just maybe one guest a month instead of two, and then do more solo episodes. I want to give you exactly what it is that you want and that you need. Okay? So my second question is, unless you hate the guests that I have, even if you pick, I would rather you do the solo episodes. Tell me who your favorite guest was. If you would like me to invite someone back who you were I listened to that particular episode 5 times and I can't get enough of that particular guest. Can you invite that person back on again? Or is there somebody that out in cyberspace that I might not be connected with? Because I feel like I've exhausted all of my personal friends and colleagues. So some people that we have coming up are Sark, and Sarah Jenks is coming on. Patricia Moreno of Sati Life. She's amazing. My friend Rachel Dialto is coming on. And that's all I can think of off the top of my head. So, but if there's someone else out there, you're I wish she would interview this person. I'm still working on manifesting Brene Brown to come over. And wouldn't it be awesome if Elizabeth Gilbert would come on too? Glennon Doyle Milton does not do interviews. I've already asked her. She will not come on. Bummer, from Mama Street, but that's okay. Just let me know. Support@yourkickasslife.com. I want to know, do you like better the solo episodes or the guest episodes? Or if you like them both equally, you can say that as well. And if there's someone that you want me to have back on as a guest or a new person, please let me know. That's what I want you to tell me. All right, so on with today's post. So today's post was inspired by somebody. I can't say who. It was actually a real life person who said this, and then I was like, I think that I hear this a lot, so I'm going to write about it. So if you've been on the internet at all for the past few years, you've surely seen a rise in personal empowerment, yay, which makes someone like me very excited because I love that more and more people are working on themselves. And for the sake of total transparency, this is how I make a living. So of course I'm excited. However, like many trends out there, I see an unintended downside, and it looks like this. People start reading self-help, or they attend a workshop or retreat, or they hire a one-on-one coach to help them live their best life. And they walk into these endeavors, and I'm not saying all people, just some people. They walk into these endeavors with the end goal that sounds like this. I want to wake up every morning, jump out of bed, and love the shit out of my life. I won't let anything or anyone get me down. Good vibes only. #blessed. Okay. And when I see leaders in the industry making these promises for people, I cringe. Surely people understand that this isn't an everyday thing, right? And in addition, because of the way the internet works, it's easy to make up a story about the people that we follow online. And I'm well aware that people do this when they see me online. They see the shiny website and they think I walk around all day in leather pants and with hair that makes me look like a Kardashian. Like, honestly, you guys, like as I'm recording this, my hair is in a bun, in a butterfly clip, and I have a flannel shirt on and jeans. That's pretty much like my everyday look. The truth is, life is messy and hard for all of us. And to call out the elephant in the room, I absolutely own the fact that I have privilege. Many of you listening do, and that's not really what this post is about. My point is this. The goal in life isn't about having every single day be a great one. It's not about only thinking positive thoughts or even immersing yourself in gratitude so much that nothing else phases you. And life certainly isn't about being fearless. If I had one wish for people, for all of you lady ass kickers, it would be that you are kind and compassionate to yourself. I know it sounds woo-woo and hokey, but it's the truth. Because the reality is that you're going to fall into those moments of beating yourself up. You're going to have thoughts of comparison and worry, and you're going to fall into those behaviors of perfectionism, people-pleasing, hiding out when you're afraid. I call those behaviors the complications. So instead of staying there and living your life from that place, my wish for you is to see it happening. Recognize it, be kind to yourself about it, and move forward. I'm no stranger to honesty with all of you, and if you've followed me for any length of time, you know I'm open about my own struggles. And I can say with confidence and gratitude that my life is really amazing. And most of it is this way because I've worked my ass off on myself, learning to be kind to myself, learning to forgive myself and other people, accepting myself for who I am, even though I spent a huge part of my life apologizing for the very human I was. When stuff comes up in my life, like old feelings and emotions resurfacing, or having an aha moment, figuring out a disempowering belief or story I've made up about myself, now I get excited to work on it. It's almost like I found a treasure. And it's still hard and uncomfortable, but I look at it like a gift I've been given to be able to move forward. I look at it like an invitation for growth. I look at it as an invitation to move along on my journey. It's kind of like, this metaphor just came to me, but it's kind of like that the game Candyland. It's like you roll the dice and then you pick up a card and, it's a color, and then you get to move forward. And that's the way I look at when stuff comes up and I get to work on it and I get to like practice what I preach and I get to use my tools. I'm like, ooh, I get to jump forward however many spots. And a side note, sometimes it's difficult for me to let go of what's on the other side. I've been working on this with my own coach. I'm sure she's listening right now laughing. But sometimes I get excited when I'm about to work on something. Something comes up, I'm like ready to work on it. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see like how much better my life's going to be on the other side. And the truth is, I don't know. Like it may not change. It may not unlock anything. But the really awesome thing is that I don't have to have whatever it is that I'm working on, whatever it is that's getting in the way. I don't have to have that be like a heavy blanket on me anymore. That's really the gift in all of it. Like that's going to always be on the other side. I use the tools every day. I know that help me be happier and more confident. I believe in personal growth. I absolutely believe it's the key to happiness. And I believe this because when life happens to us, we're better equipped to deal with it. And life still hands me shit sandwiches sometimes. About 10 years ago, I got handed like a dozen shit sandwiches all at once. A dozen like 6 feet long shit sandwiches. And back then I wasn't equipped to deal with it. I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. I offloaded feelings like anger and resentment onto others. And I was constantly running from shame by engaging in the behaviors of perfectionism and control. Now I don't do those things as much anymore. Notice I didn't say, I don't do those things at all anymore, because again, we're all imperfect people living imperfect lives. It's about using the tools we're given when we get handed those shit sandwiches. So please don't have your goal be no bad days, or think your life will be like those women who run through the fields of daisies on a perfect spring day like we see in commercials. I don't know what's going on with them. Life can be really, really good. And when it's not, use your tools to move through it. This too shall pass. And that's it. That's all I got for you today. I hope that I gave you a little bit of nugget wisdom for you to take with you today. And again, like I said, I would love to hear from you. Hit reply to the show notes here or support at yourkickasslife.com. Tell us what you want to hear on the podcast. Okay. Love you, lady ass kickers. And until next time, I will see you out in cyberspace. Bye-bye.